I played Assassin's Creed Unity last year, and I wanna be honest with you, I just did not find it that enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, the parkour is sick and the city is beautiful, but despite this fact, I was just not interested in the game. Now I'm not saying the game is completely unplayable. I would definitely rate this game above average compared to other games we've been seeing recently, but it did not meet the expectations I have for any Assassin's Creed game. Now of course this game was better than Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I feel like Assassin's Creed Valhalla was just subpar, so I would not compare Valhalla with any other Assassin's Creed game, to be honest, because I just don't even consider Valhalla to be an Assassin's Creed game. You know, a lot of people are gonna disagree with me, but let's be real, as an RPG game that game is good, but as an Assassin's Creed game I would not consider it that great. Before I proceed further, I would request you guys to have an open mind while watching this video, and make sure to like and sub if you want similar content. Over 90% of the viewers that I have on my videos are not subscribed, so definitely consider subscribing my channel, guys. Sometimes it's like 95-96%, so it would be really appreciated that you guys subscribe. So what did Assassin's Creed Unity exactly lack? It's pretty hard to give a definitive answer from the top, so let's see what made the older Assassin's Creed games good, specifically the ones before Black Flag. Now my favorite game was Assassin's Creed 2, and one of the main reasons why I liked that particular game was the story progression. We went to multiple different cities, which gave a sense of change. It just never bored me. When you see the same place again and again throughout the game, you will start losing interest. Just think about it. What if you removed all the other cities in Assassin's Creed 2 and there was only Florence in the whole game? I think that would change the game completely, in my opinion. Same reason you can see in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. There were different cities we could travel to. There was not a single part in the game where you would stay in the same area for a long time. There was no homogeneity. Every mission was fresh and of different kind in a different area. Now in Assassin's Creed Unity, most of the missions were literally infiltrating a palace, and the structure was very similar to each other. They gave you objectives which were pretty much the same in all the missions. It just felt the same in general, and it also kind of felt repetitive in my opinion. The city also was kind of homogeneous in my opinion. If you walk into the interiors and stuff like that, some interiors look really nice, the palaces, really beautiful, but a lot of interiors of houses, they kind of have the same feeling, and I just don't see that much difference. It just felt like a communist city in my opinion. There was barely any sense of change. One of the only missions that I liked was the air balloon mission, in which Elise was on top of that balloon and we had to reach that balloon. That was a really good mission. I feel like, if there were more missions like this, it would be a really fun game in my opinion. It could have elevated the game's quality even more. And also the ones in which we traveled in different time periods, those missions were really good as well. Specifically the one in which we had to climb that Eiffel Tower, in the time period of World War. It was so sick in my opinion. That whole sequence, that was designed like really good, and they nailed it in that specific area. But other than that, I don't remember like any of the other missions. Most of the missions kind of felt the same, and sometimes even I get confused which mission was for what, if I think about it. I also felt like they ignored a very big thing in this game, and that is the French Revolution setting. Now when the trailer was shown of Assassin's Creed Unity, a lot of people had the expectation that it is going to include the conflict of the bourgeois and the proletariats. I think they could have implemented this thing more rather than the love story which they actually had. And if I want to be honest with you, I just did not feel the sense of satisfaction in the end of the game because of this. It was kind of sad in the end, but still not something that impacted me for a long time. Compare it with Assassin's Creed Revelations, or specifically Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I feel like it was not that much impactful. Like the ending of Revelations made me love Ezio and Altair so much that created long-lasting emotions for them. Same with Black Flag. Edward, who would look like a greedy pirate, turned out to be a guy which was such a good character. The ending of these games gave the characters much more of an emotional touch. Now don't get me wrong, Arno's character was also good. He was sometimes pretty hilarious, but after a specific part, like after he gets arrested, before he gets arrested, like in the beginning part only, he felt like a really hilarious character, really fun character. But after that, he just did not feel that good in my opinion. Most of the time, he's just kind of trying to take the revenge and that's it. Kinda lacked the depth, which I like personally. Like the game does not show a massive transformation in his character even though he joined the Creed. In my opinion, the whole love story plot lacked a bit of complexity as well, which could have been added in the game by just capitalizing on the French Revolution. It was probably one of the most iconic periods to have an Assassin's Creed game in. I feel like the whole plot of the game was pretty weird, that we had to find the killers of a Templar, of course Elise's father, and then getting the Sword of Eden. I feel like a better plot would be like that the assassins are on the side of the proletariats and the Templars were the ruling class. Could be a little too political, but would have made the game 100 times better in my opinion. I do think the story was good, but I would not consider it to be on the level of the other Assassin's Creed games. And the next thing might be a little controversial, but I genuinely like the Animus part, like we are accessing our ancestors, specifically having a character similar to Desmond. A lot of people are gonna disagree with this because the recent Assassin's Creed games had bad present day part, and I also agree with that, but I feel like just because of that we shouldn't completely remove it. I think killing Desmond had pretty bad long-term effects on the series, but you could also not stretch that too much. If I wanna be honest, I just do not like Layla Hassan that much, and I don't even think about her character as much as I think about Desmond's character. They just had to have a better story, a better plot in the present day. Also, if I think about the older Assassin's Creed games, they kinda have that sense of mystery which is not there in Unity. And I feel like it's the same reason why people like Assassin's Creed Origins as well. The game just feels more mysterious in my opinion. The way we discover the members of the Order of the Ancients just made it very mysterious, and the masks they wore. In Assassin's Creed 2, we had to chase Rodrigo Borgia, and we went through a lot in that journey. It just felt way more adventurous than Assassin's Creed Unity. In that game, we kinda revealed things consecutively. The game just had so much suspense and we were kind of revealing new things after every mission, and that made it everything so cool in my opinion. And in Assassin's Creed Revelations, we had to get the Masyaf key to access Altair's memories. And even though there was a single city in that game, the mission variety was pretty good in my opinion. Now in Assassin's Creed Unity, I felt like Arno was pretty reserved character and he was just focused mainly on being with Elise, let's be honest, and he kind of ignored everyone other than her. He was just in his way to find the top guy from the Templars and then take revenge, that's it. I feel like he did not have a genuine connection with any other character if you think about it. We also don't get to see other people of the Creed other than the underground assassins bureau we went for taking those missions. Other than that, I felt the game was pretty flat. In Assassin's Creed Black Flag, we saw how Edward discovers new things one after the other. He kinda gets hooked with the assassins after some time. In the beginning, he was kinda skeptical and he was just a greedy pirate, but till the end, his character just completely transforms. If you guys have not played the game, man, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it impacted me a lot. The characters in that game were really good. The way it ended and the way it connects with other Assassin's Creed games just made it really good in my opinion. Anyways, the main conclusion I would make which made Assassin's Creed Unity not that great would be because lack of variety in missions. There were also no vehicles that I remember that we could access in that game, which is pretty weird now that I think. The story could have been a little better in my opinion rather than the love story. I think that the love story could be there, but not so much important. It could be like a side part. Like we saw in Assassin's Creed 2, the Christina missions. The Christina's love story in Assassin's Creed 2 was like 100 times better than what we see in Assassin's Creed Unity. And even though it was written so good, it was not the main theme of the game, it was not the main focus of the game. You had the option to play that, or if you don't want to do that, it's a choice, but they did not keep it as a main mission. They focused more on the Apple of Eden side and just taking control over the Apple of Eden, Anyways, that's it for this video. What do you guys think about this? And what do you think about Assassin's Creed Unity in general? I felt like the game was good. Of course, it's better than the RPG games. Of course, I would not compare that to those games, but I feel like even though I like the parkour, a lot of people liked it. I liked the graphics, and there were some problems with the bugs as well, which I did not mention properly. There's problem with draw distance and stuff like that, but it's not that big of a deal for a lot of people, and people could forgive that. So I talked about the main things which I personally did not like. What do you think about Assassin's Creed Unity, and how do you compare it with the other Assassin's Creed games? But for now, make sure to like this video and consider subscribing to this channel for more content like this, and comment down any thoughts as I mentioned before. I'll see you guys in the next one.